A Brooklyn man continues to worry over the condition of his home that's been in the family for generations. The issue comes from challenges to repair his property because of a community garden next door. It's a follow-up to a story reporter Hannah Kliger first brought you last summer. She brings us back to Bed-Stuy, where that homeowner says nothing's been done.
This is the house Stephen Mortley's mom bought 50 years ago.
This is my generational home. It belongs to my nieces, nephews, sisters, my cousins.
Next door is this lush oasis called the Garden of Angels, where chickens roam and vegetables thrive. It's managed by a volunteer-run nonprofit called the Brooklyn Queens Land Trust, which works to preserve spaces like these. But Mortley has been in an ongoing dispute with the trust for more than 5 years after he says water from their side of the property began seeping into his basement.
The water that comes in from the rain, the snow, just basically comes in and it destroys my property.
The sharp smell of mold and rot hits you as soon as you walk down these stairs, and some of the steps and the floor around them are still damp after a recent rainfall. After we first brought you this story last summer, Mortley and leaders from BQLT met with an engineer hired by the trust who outlined the steps both parties needed to take. What happened in
Dead
March?
silence. They ghosted me.
For months.
For months.
And then what?
And I sent an email.
In March.
In March. Then I sent another email. In May.
BQLT says it has a long history of successful collaboration with neighbors to address their needs. A spokesperson responded in a statement that reads in part, "Our standard request for a detailed work plan, proof of insurance, necessary permits, and documentation were returned incomplete. Specifically, the plan lacked essential safety measures." Mortley insists he provided a plan.
If my building does happen to collapse, what would you say to me? You're sorry?
Feeling like he's exhausted his options, Mortley says he's considering taking the trust to court. In Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, Hannah Kliger, CBS News, New York.
Hannah is our reporter covering Brooklyn. If you have a story idea for her, you can email her at brooklyntip@cbs.com.